Hello and welcome to Ruckosaurus Rex, the channel where we review and discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. Hope you guys are doing well out there. We're going to jump right into it. You see what we got going on. We're continuing our run through the Beasts of the Mesozoic Tyrannosaur Series Wave 2. Up now, is the Qianzhousaurus. Yes, indeed. You see what we got there. You see the artwork there on the right side, our right side of the packaging. You see the dinosaur inside the packaging with all the accessories. You have on the top there, Beast of the Mesozoic. Spin to the rear, and you see some action figure artwork right there. Down below, the other figures of the wave, and of course we have the read-up, which is famously nicknamed Pinocchio Rex. Qianzhousaurus is one of 3 species of long-snouted Asian tyrannosaurs of the Alliramini branch. Known from an incomplete subadult skeleton consisting of a complete skull and various vertebrae, leg and tail remains, Qianzhousaurus was more lightly built than its robust tyrannosaur cousins, and was adapted to catch faster prey such as oviraptors and ornithomimids. The stats are as follows. The length was up to 6.3 meters or 20.7 feet. That's for subadult because that's all we've got. So we really don't know what the upper limit to how large they got. But if it was a subadult at 20 feet, it grew to a substantial size, I would imagine. The weight would be about 1,669 pounds. The location, I'm going to butcher the name, so I'm just going to say the Zhejiang, I think I caught that right, formation in Gaozu, China. Time period, 67 to 66 million years ago, late Cretaceous. So even though it was in a different continent, it was living around the same time as Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I'm going to butcher this name too. Discovered by Liu Zhongxiang et al. In 2014. Very recent discovery, 9 years ago, as of this recording. The features, 12 inches long, 20 points of articulation, optional standing rod parts, 3 sets of interchangeable feet, posable wire in tail. Detailed base with foot pins. Of course, some assembly required. That base with the foot pins we've seen before, so we know what to expect. Here's the included backdrop that we get with all Beasts of the Mesozoic figures. And no, that's not my lens being blurry. That's the actual backdrop. It's very hard to discern what it's trying to convey, but it is there. And we also get the included collectible information card that has that artwork that we saw on the front of the packaging. On the back, it's got that information I read off, and it'll have some figure artwork. And we also get, here's the accessories, the rods, the extra feet, and of course the base. And here we have our Qianzhousaurus getting a 360-degree visual of our figure here, and very, very nice. It's definitely nicer than I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely colorful. Speaking of the colors, the color scheme is inspired by the Malaysian blue coral snake. So you can see where it's getting some of those colors. And once again, if you want to see what that looks like, go ahead and look it up. But yeah, it's looking very, very. The base is. I want to say the base paint is that dark orange, like brown. And then, of course, from the top, we've got the darker browns, and then the blue streaks is what I'm trying to say. I wanted to say stripes, but they're more like streaks to me. And yeah, it's got an assorted mishmash of browns throughout. So very nice. It's the blue streaks that are making it extra colorful. This figure is listed in the 12-inch range. I took a measurement off camera. It's closer to about 12 and a half. We'll just round it to 12 and a half. So if you do the estimates, remember, all we have are size estimates of what they think to be a subadult at 20.6 feet. The estimates for this particular figure at 12, like I said, I'm just going to round it off to 12 and a half inches. That puts it at 18.75 feet. So that's right in there for a subadult. It's right in there for that. So just a little bit smaller than what they thought the subadult fossils that they managed to accrue came out to. So it's right in there. Once again, we don't know how large these guys got to, and an argument could be made that they get much larger than the 20.6 feet that the subadult is listed as, because with these long legs, that could be, you know, it could be like most tyrannosaurs, they grow into their legs, you know what I'm saying? Their legs, they start out with long legs, and then they get they get back down to earth in size, if you know what I mean. So who knows? It all depends on what they estimate the specimen in question, how old it is. You saw while it was on the rotating platter that it's perfectly capable of standing on its own on Qianzhousaurus. So it's time to get up close and personal and see some of these nice details to the figure. So you see there's the skull, and as we previously discussed when we read off the information on the back of the packaging, this Qianzhousaurus is definitely in the Alioramus family of tyrannosaurs, meaning the long-snouted tyrannosaurs, and you can definitely see that reflected right here. We've got the red eyes with the black pupils, and you could see the like I said, it's kind of like an orange-like brown is the main motif. The snout itself, which is lightly colored, is I think I do. I went off camera to see it for myself just a little bit, but turning around, I have a paint imperfection right there for me. So that's a bit it's unfortunate paint chip right there. It was bound to happen. I haven't had many issues with any of my BOTM figures up until this point, at least anything noticeable. That's on the snout, and that's very noticeable, especially when you consider most of the, get back in focus here, most of the tyrannosaurs have darker snouts. So, it would have reflected like that. But, of course, when I have a specimen, we'll call it, with a lighter colored snout, I get that. That's all right. Just play it off like it's some type of wound. Anyway, you see the light color there at the end of the snout, and then the crest. Crest looks very nice there. It's like a bluish gray. I don't know if that reflects well on screen, but that's what I'm looking at in person there. And the top of the head and going down the line to the back there, you see it's a very dark brown, and it bleeds over. It goes all the way over to mid-torso, and that's reflected on both sides there. You've got those brick red, orange, brownish like streaks going along there as well. It's speckled with like caramel colored browns in there, and dark colored brown streaks and patches. It looks very, very nice. Very nice. I'm going to open up the mouth there so we can see what's going on in there. The mouth opens up pretty nicely, and losing focus again. We don't want to do that. Look in there at the mouth. That wet look, the teeth painted nicely. You've got the tongue right there. You see the tongue is hanging out over there. As far as the forelimbs are basically one color on the outside. It's got a dry brush. That dark brown is an even darker dry brush along there. The claws painted black. Some nice long claws. For a Tyrannosaur, Qianzhousaurus had some long arms. And on the inside, it's got that cream color, which is matched on the underbelly. And there's a wash there to bring out those scales, so you can see that. Hind limb, you've got it starts off at a milk chocolate type of brown. You've got some blue stripes. It goes down into that brick red, orange-like brown, and then of course the cream color. And then you get down. If you look at the front of the limb, you've got more of that the orange-like coloration there, and brown striping. The feet, you've got the scoots, and of course the nicely painted black claws. Going down to the tail, you see that dark brown is just consistent all the way down the tail. When you turn profile on the tail, you've got that blue striping that continues down midway to tail, and then it stops. And then of course you've got that orange that's all the way to the end. And yeah. Oh, I may as well keep it this side because I started on the other side, didn't I? So get back there. And excuse me for it going out of focus, guys. I've got a semi-different setup here. Another light. I've got a couple of you that have told me in the comments that I need more light. So trying to get better at this. See, I do read and I do listen. And yeah. That's what our Qianzhousaurus is looking like there. Since we don't have any BOTM ceratopsians for direct comparison with our Qianzhousaurus, I'll change things up this go round, and instead of ending with the human scale comparison via our guide Robert Muldoon, we'll kick it off that way so you can see what a subadult Qianzhousaurus would look like size-wise compared to a human being. Now for wave mate comparisons, we've got the Susky Tyrannus, the Proceratosaurus, one of the earliest known Tyrannosaurs dating back to the mid-Jurassic. Here's our Qianzhousaurus with the equally juvenile/subadult Teratophonius. Lythranax with the crazy-looking binocular vision, and Jersey's own, Joyzy's own Dryptosaurus. I must say, you know, when I started off with this wave 2 of the Tyrannosaur series, I was most looking forward to Lythranax and Bistaevirsa, but and quite frankly, Dryptosaurus in the photos, you know, it looked all right. I don't know, it kind of looked dorky to me, but I'm a completionist, so I was getting it anyway. And then once I got it in hand, this may very well be my favorite figure out of this wave. When we do Bistaevirsa next, spoiler warning, I'll make my determination then. But no matter what it comes out to, this is definitely one of my favorite Tyrannosaurs in this wave, and quite frankly up till now overall. And you know we have to end it with Big Daddy himself, Tyrannosaurus Rex. My final thoughts on the beasts of the Mesozoic Tyrannosaur Series Wave 2 Qianzhousaurus is very nice figure. I've been saying that for the whole thing. I mean, I don't even know when Mr. Silva is going to do wrong, but it is what it is. They so far up to date, they've all been excellent figures. Based off of the Malaysian blue coral snake, the colors that it has, you can see where the blue part comes in at. It's very nice. This is an Aliremosaurid dinosaur, Tyrannosaur, meaning the long-snouted variety, and this is representative of a subadult at, we'll say, 12.5 inches long. This represents a just under 19-foot long animal, and yeah, I think it goes right in well with the 1/18 scale. It looks very nice. Accuracy is there, of course. The paint apps are great as always, and with the exception of that one paint chip I've got on the snout, I'm perfectly satisfied with this figure. So what about you guys? Do you like it? You're going to pick it up? Do you already have it? Let me know in the comments below what you think about the BOTM Qianzhousaurus, and the other figs for that matter. What do you think of this review, this channel, me, whatever? If you've got any questions, comments, concerns, you want to add anything to it, you know I'm here for it. Let me know in the comments below. While you're down there, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, please. Please definitely do that if you've made it to this end and you're hearing me speak on it. Do a brother solid and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload another video. And we're going to round out this BOTM series of the Tyrannosaur Series Wave 2 with Bistia eversa, or Bistia eversa, however you're going to pronounce it. I'll probably be saying it different ways in the next video. Anyway, until that time, guys, thanks and take care.